Hello. I know I've said before, we had a police report on Tristan Riggi, and they asked him twice to stop harassing me. He didn't, so escalated to the FBI. FBI did a knock and talk. Tristan Riggi confessed to harassing me, and since he confessed to harassing me, he hasn't stopped harassing me. He's a textbook psychopath. That when authorities ask him to stop, he won't. He will just stop. He dresses like he's a really really young kid, like in a chorus line. And he does that to try and feign innocence with like, I don't know, like how the hell it passes, but he lies a lot. He invents lots and lots of fake bots to get me banned on lots of different places. I lost my job because of him. I was making $200 a month on Twitch, and I was growing. People say, "Hey, Jim, we love you, man. You're number one video gamer of all time, and you're funny. You're fun to hang out with, and you're cool to hang out with. We love you." But he got me banned because he's paid to destroy me. He's paid to kill me in real life. He's paid to destroy my gaming, destroy my social media presence. So I can't even sell my games. I make games on Steam. They're pretty fun games, like Starfighter General, Dungeon Run, Throne and Crown, and Triangle Mania is kind of little. But long story short, we're not going to show the games right now. I want to show you for a long time. He's been like what 1,400 or 14,000 of our games. That's a lot of games. He's obsessed. He's really a crazy human being. And he's threatened to kill people. He's tempted my friends with alcohol by like, he gets on their friends list and said, drink, 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 drink. And they became alcoholics. One almost died. He had to like convert it to go to AA meetings and stuff. The other one's contemplating, like, like not wanting anything, like I won't even say it because I don't want to. But like, long story short, he's paid to like kill my friends and me. And he told me before he wants to kill me, and then do filthy stuff and stuff. But I mean this is for real, and I want you to understand this is for real. This is not a mess around. FBI did transition, like with 2024, Cash Patel come in. So I don't know if the case is still open, but if anybody knows law enforcement or FBI, they reopen the case. But anyway, I'll show you. Private message. I got this in the email 6 days ago. It says, Tristan Riggi invented the iPhone. It wasn't you. You stole his ideas from him. You stole his money and fame. You made him lose his credibility and social status. You're the cause of everyone's downfall, and Tristan Riggi is going to have his revenge. I don't think he was even alive when I made the iPhone. It was like 2000, right? So this is just nonsense. Everybody knows, if anybody knows, I did actually invent the iPhone. It's kind of crazy. Steve Jobs literally used my papers. Here, real fast, I'll show you real fast, because this is like a tangent. Like, wow, Jim, you like number one gamer of all time, and you invented the iPhone? I'm a smart dude, right? So here, I got the virtual keyboard, Palm Pilot, all that stuff here. So these are my documents. Allow interface the cell phones so the Palm can exchange information to the phone, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I invented the iPhone. Let's go back. This is distracting, right? I don't want to tangent this, so let's start over how crazy Tristan is. He's emailing me this 6 days ago. You are the cause of everyone's downfall. Tristan Riggi is going to have his revenge. Have his revenge, right? He emails me 4 days ago. James, oh James, what did I tell you about posting me on the internet and your YouTube channel? Glad you haven't forgot about Daddy Tristan Riggi. So after watching the video, you think you can talk about me publicly. You better prepare for the biggest loss streak. He just threatened to lose on purpose in my games on your shitty League of Legends games. Oh, also, stay alert on your phone. I have your phone number now, and I'll be calling you a few times here and there. Okay. I want you to understand, he admitted that he's losing on purpose in my games. Okay. For those of you who had any doubt whatsoever that Tristan Riggi is going to lose on your games. But what's this here, Daddy? What's this Daddy thing? Okay, let's go see the last person lost in my games. This is one of the guys that just lost in one of my previous games here. There you go. Sterling, view profile. It's always a jungle. They lose on purpose in the jungle. They run VMs and his name's Daddy. Oh, Daddy Tristan Riggi is gonna lose on purpose, and this guy's I call these guys out as loss shaders. Yeah. So let's review. We have a man. We'll watch it. In the background, we'll listen to this guy. How mad this guy is at hackers. Okay. I want you to listen to this guy. How mad this guy is at hackers.
Much more. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can do this in rank 2, and we'll go into that. But I mean, as you can imagine, he's not missing. He's in the middle of auto-attacking someone, completely different than who he's ulting. So he's just killing two people at the same time. And I know he has a script that lets him know
So
when he
this
can just
guy's
finish off the enemy.
talking about hackers.
So
That's distracting too. But anyway, Tristan runs all the hacks. You know, runs all the hacks. So let's check out more about Tristan. He wants to make this all about him. You know. But long story short, this guy here doesn't like hackers. No one likes hackers. They said they have nothing good to say about hackers, right? So let's look at some things that Tristan said to me. Just how crazy this man is. He's just emailing. There's no thinking, and the only reason you were writing me back is so you can somehow scam me again to come do work for you while you sit back and play League. There is no reason to hate people. This is Tristan. He says, I'm sure that everyone exists in the rules that sane would say otherwise. So Tristan Riggi in 2022 is telling me it's good to hate people. You know, he says he hates me because I preach Jesus, right? I preach Jesus. He says he's a gay Nazi, and he doesn't want me. He says he's a gay Nazi, and he hates Christians. So he's paid to de-influence me, right? It's really weird. This is a wild thing. So he started in like June of 2021, so it's going on 4 years now. You wasted months of my time and work. Now I have to fully complete. Like I literally had to just take out what he did. The work he did actually kind of like screwed my game up, so I took it out. We worked for only 3 months, right? But yeah, he's trying to say I like to hate people. Tristan's trying to say he likes to hate people, and I told like look at this. You can tell what I said. I said there's no reason to hate people. I said everybody should love each other, right? So you're looking at me, who's like the biggest hippie in the planet, saying everybody should love each other and be good to everybody, and no one should hurt each other. We should all live and be nice to each other. And there's this Tristan Riggi guy going, there's reason to hate people and take money for bribery. So, okay, dude. Okay, why would you target me, right? Okay, that's police report. That was part of the police report. Uh, there, there are more posts here. Right now, X is messing with my thing here. X is messing with my account. Um, oh, that's not the one I want to show. Alright, get this one. Alright, let's get this one. Try this one. This is some of the police report stuff. Oh, this is Drew P. guy who was trying to say, he's just trying to like insult me too. This is the same type of stuff that Tristan insults me with. And you can't see it all because once again X accounts are messing with me. He actually reports me to all social media for the very purpose of getting me banned and my accounts screwed up. So he got me banned on X, which is a free speech platform. He got me banned on Twitch, where I made money. Yeah, he got me banned from my job, dude. Imagine some kid walks in your house into your job. Just imagine this: some kid walks in your job, says some lies to your boss, and your boss like, "Here, this is your last day. Get out of here." Because some random kid made up lies about you. All right, that's what he did with me. All right, think about how mad you'd be. Could you tell your family there's this kid that just lied about me, and now I don't have a job. I don't have to get rent. Oh, well, I guess we have to sell the house, honey. And when we move to like a trailer or rent, maybe we move with your mom or something. You know, he got me banned from my job. He got me banned from Reddit. He got me. Where else did he get me censored at? Like I said before, YouTube probably got me influenced on YouTube. But it goes on and on. He makes hate mobs. Like he'll make a bunch of accounts and just say, well, we all hate this guy. We all hate this guy because he did bad stuff. And then they'll lie to moderators about me. I mean, it goes on and on. This guy's like absolute wild. He wants to like destroy my entire presence online. I just want to make video games. I'm like a peaceful hippie, right? I make video games, and he wants to just crush me and kill me, right? He wants to kill me. I mean, he made my friends alcoholics by telling them to drink all the time. He knows what he's doing. He's paid by someone that pushes this psychological bullshit on people. He tried to get me locked up for a while, but when the FBI gave him knock and talk and he confessed that he's been harassing me for all these years, they're not going to lock me up because this factual things happening, man. He's trying. You know how it goes. It's like I mean, you know how it goes. Like Or like if there's a guy making a hate mob about you, and you say, "Whoa, there's a guy making a hate mob." Like, well, that's weird. That's paranoid, right? Someone making a hate mob about you. But it's a factual thing. He's trying to get me locked up for doing exactly what he's doing. So here's Tristan Riggi on my Steam. Okay, mind you, at this time he was part of the team. I said, I'm going to give you some revenue, Tristan, even though you went all whack and you're hating me and everything. I'm going to give you some revenue. But here he is. He says, "You're so lost in the head. What you just said makes no sense and is false. Fact check yourself first. I worked on it for 6 months. Only 3, actually. But you were so too focused on League of Legends and other self-created personal situations. All the work I did, I still have an entire city and space actively worked on for 6 months while you slowly over time stopped working on it straight up. I was watching you every day play League of Legends." Now, you have to understand, when people do work, they also have leisure time when they come home. Like you go 9 to 5, come home, and you have leisure time. Even I think it was like who made the Tale of Two Cities? Charles Dickens, right? Charles Dickens was Tale of Two Cities. He said, "I'm strictly only going to work 9 to 5, even though I don't have an employer. I'm only going to work 9 to 5, and then when I'm done, I'm going to go home and just rest, relax like a normal human being." I think he works even less than 9 to 5 actually, but the idea is like people are allowed to have leisure time in their life. This guy is trying to tell me I'm not allowed to play video games to relax. I don't watch television. I just play video games to try and relax. And it's pretty hard to relax when every time you go to play video games, there's this seething monster trying to make sure I lose on purpose in all my games. Imagine, if you will, you're a television watcher. You come home, you turn television on, and someone comes in your house and just turns it off and walks out of your house. And then you turn it back on. They come in, they hit your television with a baseball bat. Says you're not watching television. So you're like, there, I got to read a book. They pick your book up and light on fire, right? He's banning me on all of social media with false allegations. All right. So excuse, why are you playing games instead of focusing on a project? Was the reason I didn't want to continue. I did not give up so easily. Your delusional belief has fabricated many false assumptions you have making towards me. Like I've been actually harassing you for 1.7 years. 3.5 years is when the FBI knock and talked to you and you confessed to it. Yeah, Tristan Riggi confessed to harassing me for 3.5 years. Imagine that. Imagine being harassed online for 3.5 years. You just want to make video games. You just want to be nice to people. And there's these guys that make like hundreds of bot accounts and just like get in arguments with you nonstop and make up lies about you. They twist your words around. Kind of like, you ever see that one, and misquote you, do you ever see that one thing from Scooby-Doo 2? It says, "Coolsville sucks." You're gonna do that thing where you say, "Coolsville sucks," and you're gonna turn it back on me. And it's like, "Oh, I can't believe I said that," because then she said, all Fred had to say was, "Coolsville sucks," right? So this guy takes my words, takes them out of context, just makes up stuff about me, right, to lots and lots of people. And then he's worried about his own reputation, right? Now, you can tell that he's a reputation-focused person because he cares about a reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that he was really mad in my email that I would have the audacity to speak out against a criminal. That he would threaten me more. He said, "Don't come after my reputation." Well, I'm just trying to like say that you're harassing me. Like, why don't you stop? When U.S. law enforcement tells you to stop 3 times, like you have like a virtual restraining order, but you violate it nonstop every day, right? You're violating a nonstop restraining order every day. You belong in prison or like a freaking psych ward, dude. Like, I mean, look at this. The words you're saying are just ludicrous, right? Like, first of all, let's look. You're on Steam, right? We're on Steam, and this is your own project at this point, where I said you're getting paid, and you're slandering me on the project you were working on. Like, how do you think that's going to help sales, dude? You chose not to focus on working a game. Coding is still not done. You still, even after an entire year, cannot do what you promised in making towards a video game. Complete and utter waste of my time. Maybe follow through with what you are trying to do instead of making excuses and postponing what you know you can't program a video game. You wasted 6 months of my time. There's a reason why you're banned on multiple social media platforms. And once again, he's just openly admitting that he gets me banned on social media platforms. And he'll probably say it's not me because you're an insane and should be locked up in an insane asylum. But that's up to God to decide what happened to you. Okay, think about that, man. He just called upon God while he's lying to you. God has a thing. God, there's a saying that in the Bible that the trap that they were trying to play on you will be the trap that lands on them. And while I don't wish hell on anybody, and while I don't wish anybody to go to jail or be in an insane asylum, this guy was paid to literally destroy my business, to destroy my job, to destroy my friends, destroy my family. He threatened to assassinate me multiple times, and he really does mean it. Okay? It's like in New York when they come in your house, it's your business. It's like, oh, this is a nice business you have, and we're the protectors of this area, and we'll make sure nothing bad happens to it. So you pay the guy like $50. It's like, thanks for paying for $50, man. Nothing bad will happen to your business, right? But and then if you don't pay him, they'll just come with a baseball bat to smash everything, right? Well, that's what Tristan's doing to me. Except I don't get I don't get the luxury of paying him like $50 to stop destroying all my businesses and stuff. In fact, like I said, I told the guy, I said, hey dude, like you're getting rev share. Like you helped me out with the game a little bit, and I get rev share. But then it turns out that it wasn't really what I wanted in my game. I took it out, but I was still gonna give him rev share anyway, right? But he started like, what's it called, doing crazy stuff. So I have to like I told him just cause I can't really pay you, and I can't really use your stuff in the game anymore, man. So I wanted to help him. In fact, I'll tell you what I did with Tristan Riggi. Then I think this is what I think we know who's paying him. Okay, this is a clue to who might be paying him, right? So around June of 2021. I wonder if we can find in the Discord if we look around. Tristan was like, Jim, I need money. I just need money. I don't really want to work on your rev share anymore. I need money. I'm like, well, you know what? I don't really. Don't really have to do this. I was just, trying to help you out, like with coding and design and stuff, and if we make money, you make money with me, right? So if you need money, what I'll do is you have some cool work here, some cool art you did with the you ported out the Unity's high tech city. Like Unity had all these assets, and he had good pictures of them and stuff. I'm like, okay, here I'll put these pictures up for and I'll try and promote you. I said, Tristan Riggi, you have no money. You have no money. I'll try and promote you. I'm not going to protect my my coding assets like all these other companies. The immoral companies like Blizzard and EA and EverQuest for Rant or whatever, they'll like protect their coders. Apple protects their coders. Google, they have these non-compete clauses. I'm like, frick it, dude. I'm not a bad guy. Like if I can help you out anyway, I can help you out. I'll help you out. Says I'll promote you to other gaming companies. Okay. So I promoted him to other gaming companies, and then that was the day he snapped. The next day he snapped. And I think what happened was one of those gaming companies was like, hey, you know what? We don't like Jim. And there's a couple of gaming companies who don't like me. They say they hate me because I'm Christian, right? And then I start talking about those companies on social media, and I tell the world about how like Blizzard doesn't hire Christians. I tell the world about how Unity says they hate me every time I talk. They ban me on all the forums, and they mention my religion, Unity. And Shell Games, says they hate me. Well, what happened was I applied to Shell Games. They said, well, we're impressed with your resume. You played these video games we have as art on our walls. Most people haven't. You've been number one in all these games. You've been coding since age 3. You've been designing since age 6. Coding since age 4. Designing since age 6. Gaming since age 3. You have like 120,000 hours, man. Yeah, you're definitely getting a second interview. I'll just give us your Twitter, right? So I gave Shell Games my Twitter. And you know what Shell Games said? They said, we're going to cancel your second interview. All my Twitter was Jesus stuff, man. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. If you're Christian, it's a hard road, man. What Jesus says is, Jesus said, if they hated me, they're going to hate you. I mean, if they hated me, don't be surprised if they hate you too, right? But remember, they hated me first. Because it's a bragging to be hated by people that should love you, Look at me. I make games for the world. Try and keep to myself, make video games for the world, play video games, keep upbeat, try and be nice to people. And this is the crap I get, man. People want to lose on all my games, man. They want to take me down, want to death threat me, want to grudge match me, want to kill my friends, turn my friends into alcoholics. Like I said, look at these. You can look up Drew P. There's probably more stuff if you want to look for it. I think this one's where he said he was gonna rape me. I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong one. I don't know. Before he kills me. I don't even watch that though. You can look it up if you want to. Oh, here we go. This is actually better. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, here he's on eBay, right? He got me. He get me de-influenced on eBay by saying, "How does a guy get a hold of a supposing expensive woman's purse and then go to sell it online? Did you steal this from someone, mom, an old ex? Either way, you're overcharging for something. You seem new to selling things, right?" So he stalks me on all of social media, all of it. There's some more stuff he said here. Let's see what else he said on that Steam stuff. I know you can see what I said too. I don't care if you see what I say. I don't say bad stuff to the guy. Like he just uses crazy words, man. Oh, this is the good one. There has been no scamming you done. If there has, tell me what money. This is me. I spent time. Okay, I spent time. I could have been coding on this, training you. Okay, that's what I said. I said I could have been coding instead of just helping you out. Yeah, everybody does rev share and understands how hard it is to you know we'll look at this afterwards. I can't really read that. Anybody knows rev share? It's a cost to get new employees on. It puts you back a couple hundred hours. But you're hoping they'll give you a couple hundred more hours. Well, at least a couple dozen hours. It takes you back probably 50 hours. So I told him, there's no scamming you done. If there was, tell me what monetary value I've gained. I spent time I could have been coding on training you. This is of lifelong education value to you. Hours with me are much more than you get at a game development academy. I've lost a month of getting this game out sooner due to HDRP that you wanted in, and I did a favor to you. So that's the thing I had to take out of my game. I had to go to the URP. He demanded that I get HDRP, and that was right before he started really harassing me. And I think he was sabotaging my game with HDRP because that was the day after I promoted him to all these different gaming companies. He was like, let's do the HDRP or I quit. He was like basically strong arming me. Like, either we do this or we quit. That's like an ultimatum. If you're in a relationship, we either do this or I'm gone. That's a red flag. I mean, that's a super red flag. That's like, go, bye. But I was like, oh, I want this young kid. I want to help him out anyway. He said he didn't have money the other day, and I tried to help him out. It's like, well, if you need HCRP, let's go with it. That you wanted in. I offered you support, not just advice on coding development, but even offered to give you hardware in the mail for free. Yeah, I offered to send hardware in the mail, like hard drives and keyboards and stuff. If this HDRP thing doesn't work, since it crashed for me 3 hours, the email gave me the idea of just remove it from the product before it makes any more headaches. So here's Tristan Riggi's response. There's no scamming you've done. Monetary value you gained, spent time on me training. Hours with you are not worth more value. You are inconsistent, unreliable, which is hypocritical to what you just said before. You've shown it and again. You didn't train me to do anything. I knew everything. I knew I didn't have to code anything. That's all you know. You didn't even know what a render pipeline is until I told you. You are the one who was learning from me. Understanding Unity. There is a basic Unity editor stuff taught this that you still don't understand. How can you sit there and write your time is worth more than it gave the academy? You just made that shit up to make yourself look good. Haha. What a loser. You call me a loser, right? Because I know that's not true. My time spent with you was worse than getting stabbed in the throat with a pen with consent. Okay. Instead of learning how to make Unity and stuff, he'd rather make video game stuff. He'd rather just get stabbed in the neck with a pen. All right. Why would you continue using ideas from someone who isn't even working with you anymore? It's kind of mind-boggling. As someone who is the main director of this project, you can just leave critical systems in your project you can't handle, and as a result, come to the conclusion finally after all this time, like, no shit, if you candle the heat, candle the heat, candle the heat, you don't take the flame, buddy. Don't chew on what you can't swallow, especially when the teeth, me, have left the building. And finally, you go on and talk about rev share. Like, I guess what I do, okay, I got it. Okay, it's a complete lie. And you don't want to do one thing in your religion that repents for your sins. Like, I don't even understand if he's trying to do English here, right? You should maybe meet a priest and confess. You might feel better coming out as a deceptive, lying scammer, or accept yourself for what you truly are, and not forgetting about your mistakes on purpose. Remember, this is the same guy that says sometimes it's good to hate people, and I said you should love people all the time, man. I'm trying to help this out as much as possible, and he's just trying to like always, no matter what I do, he's just like talking and being mean to me because he's paid to do this. He's paid to run what's called like psychological manipulation. He could turn my friends into alcoholics by he would get on their friends list and just ask them to drink all the time. Say, ignore Jim. It's time to party and drink a lot. And now, like they said, they're in rehab, dude. The one's in rehab. He got in trouble with cops and everything. It's like he went on benders and stuff, man. I tell him not to drink, but like my buddies are like, it's hard for them to stop, right? Once you become an alcoholic. So this guy actually destroyed a guy's entire life. Besides, my own like ability to make money. I can't make money. I don't have a job, dude. Like he banned me off of Twitch. Let's see what else we got here. There's more to this. Hey, you know what? Let's go deep dive it. Like he's really absurd. What's this? Claim to be the smartest person on the planet. Oh, here's the Drew P thing here. Rocket science your head. And here's the whole thing. So this is before he accused me of the X to get me banned off of X. So here's the knock and talk I said. Let's scroll up. Obsessive about you, LFMO. I saw you ranting on my feed and clicked out of interest. Mildly amused by a grand delusion. See, he's just using the same words. The game you made looks nice. So, like, everybody else likes my video games, Everybody else is just generally positive, Hey, this nice you're trying to make video games. How many people are go like, hey, your video game sucks, stop trying. Just drop off the planet, right? Like, no one, because we all have hearts, right? Like, we encourage people to make games. Even when people don't make good games, like, you could do a better game eventually sometimes. But this guy's all about, like, negative and trying to destroy me, right? Okay, let's keep going. Keep going on. Play. Oh, it's top 1%. This guy right here, offensive about you. So that's like, there's not a sentence, it's a run-on type of thing Tristan would say. At LMFO, like he gets his outburst. He's like, you saw the outburst. Yeah, did you see that? Typing outburst. That's a true thing, right? We were just looking at those before, like, where we see that typing outburst. See, they type he capitalizes some stuff. See, he does that capitalized outburst thing. So that's just him here. Like he just outburst capitalization Riggi thing. He's trying to say that five impersonates people to my friends, and I in the world cares about them. People cared about them. Be like, yeah, he cares for me, right? This guy he's anti. Continue losing your mind. Tristan is a figment of your imagination. I'm a real person making fun of you. Come arrest me, he says. Look at this guy. I'm not offensive, but you're asking. Listen, look at this. Then he has a page up that says, James Sager is a fraud. That's me, man. Let's see here. Cam. Hello. I'm not a fraud. Oh man, let's get my brightness. So you can see my face better. I'm like a normal human being and everything. Hello. I'm 48 and I've been gaming and coding since age 3, 1980. I started Pac-Man Fever. So earlier I made the smartphone. My coding and design's pretty solid. I started coding in age 4 with TI-99. I started what is it called? Age 6 I started game design. Ironically, I started with the Pac-Man board game. I just modified a little bit. Then the next game I modified, I think, was the Game of Life. I added like some more zones and stuff to it, bigger cars so you can get a bigger family and stuff. Oh, that's pretty good. You kind of see what my face looks like. I smile and stuff. Hey. Hey, that's me. I'll go kick the kicking bag and stuff. I'm a human being, dude, Like someone that shouldn't be hated by everybody. It's just how life goes, man. I don't know why anybody would hate, but Jesus, like I said, Jesus said, if you're hated, remember they hated me first. And I stand for Jesus, and that's why he says, I hate you. He says, I'm a gay Nazi, and I hate Christians. And I'm not making this shit up, dude. You see this stuff he's written. He's like that guy from Eminem, Letters to Eminem, Stan from Letters to Eminem. I recommend you watch it. I'm not gonna play it, but I have a criminal stalker who's paid to destroy me. It's a death vendetta. Now, if the law enforcement was around, I'd have to form my own mafia and take him on. But since we have what's called like rule of law, like state police and FBI, they're supposed to stop these death vendetta people, but they're not doing it. Like someone talked to Cash Patel or something. Like here, let's keep reading on. So this guy's saying James Taker's a fraud. Look at this haircut, man.
Mental issue. I think once again I said stop harassing me. Online criticism, Tristan. This is the first.
All online criticism is Tristan. I live in the Midwest. I've only been to pay a visit. Like he just does this capital thing. Like we've already been over this, where he just randomly capitalizes stuff. That's Tristan Riggi, dude. Like we've already proven it. Like he said he's gonna lose on purpose in my games. We saw that email. Where's the email? Damn, man. He's like, Tristan Riggi. So after watching the video, you think you can talk about me? You better prepare for the biggest lost streak in League of Legends ever. And then his name is Daddy Tristan. Let's go back to his online persona. He thinks he's some sort of daddy. He thinks he's some sort of rapist. That's that he said he's gonna rape me before. There you go. There's Daddy. Oh, there's Daddy right there. That's Tristan Riggi. He said he's gonna lose on purpose. He gets in my games. He loses on purpose using the same name as he said he would here. Okay, we've seen it for 14,000 games. You can ask Evan. You can ask Santos. You can ask Mike Moore. Yeah, he has a name just like the one director, right? We call Mike Moore the show. He's good at Fizz. Santos is running doors right now, and Mundo. He's the number one Mundo master in the world. Evan Parada. Here, look at this. This is my friend right now, Evan Parada. Right? Wait, hold on. Number one Mundo master. Yeah, look at that. This is my friend right here. Number one guy on the road. And he's bronze too, because these lost traders are in the game, right? Imagine Wayne Gretzky and the goalie leaves the crease all the time, Or Babe Ruth and they throws walks all the time. Michael Jordan, his whole team passes the other team, shoots on their own net, right? They're not going to win many games. Basically, they might win no games ever in their entire career. Does that mean Michael Jordan's a bad player? Does that mean Wayne Gretzky's a bad player? Does that mean Babe Ruth is a bad player? No, it doesn't. It just means they have people losing on purpose. Like he said, he admitted he's going to lose on purpose. I'm going to lose on purpose, and I'm going to use the word named Daddy, and then he does. And like, what my only outlet is to like just show the world that I got a psychopath after me, because the U.S. law enforcement was not doing it. I was watching you play League of Legends every day. Like, I was watching you. Oh, I watch you. Like, that's what a fucking stalker says. And there's this he has this capitalization shit going on, which he's still doing over here, Drew P.
I mean, like, let's assume this is the first time I met him. Like, I mean, how far does he go back in my stuff? Do you think I would say that to lots of people, right? No, this is Tristan. Why would he? He's trying to do this like thing where he's trying to invalidate my criticism, right? But so if you really just barely, if he's really this persona that he's trying to pretend he is, right? I decided for fun to verify I am a new guy. Then if he's new, then how does he know a history? Right? It doesn't add up. They talk about Flight 93 Memorial. Like, people that talk about 9/11 and shit just randomly. That's like, that's a sign of psychosis. He posts on Twitter all day long. Like, see, he cares about my league. He's like, all you do is play League all day long, right? Like, this is like the stuff he says. Right? Well, I was watching you play League of Legends. Oh, you're playing games instead of focusing on the project, right? And he's like, you play post.
So anyway, it says it's not a criminal matter. LML victim complex. I learned about your existence over a little hour ago. You brought up League of Legends because we both play that game. Right? You're a shell of a person with no life and achievements since 2002. When you're talking about this. So remember, he called me a loser before. He talks about League of Legends, and like Drew P obviously has this huge history with me by the way he's saying, like, he deep dived me, right? So That's Tristan Riggi's another account. One of his many bots. Here, I'll show you some more of his bots. Well, I'm going to do the deep dive here. This is essentially the long. This is the nail in the coffin for Tristan Riggi trying to hide. Let's see if I can find Tristan Riggi here. I might not have a Tristan Riggi thing. There's Drew. Tristan names. Okay, I think this is on his YouTube names. Yeah, so if you want to see some of his names, I think I told this is a report to FBI. So he has a name, Jim Sager Hate Watcher Bot. Jim Sager, yeah, racial stuff. Tristan Riggi, he used his real name there. Booger Worm, he used some low-key racist name here. He's making fun of the CCP because I say the CCP is behind 10-cent games. He's like, there's no way CCP is behind 10-cent games, and it's like, turns out I was right. 10-cent games, the right entertainment, is the war arm of China. Has ties to China's military. So if you're wondering why loserq targets people politically, well, I kind of uncovered that, dude. Like, it's funny that, like, lo and behold, I uncovered this shit. I talked to well, this is shit you won't, not worth talking about. But like low key, when I'm not banned on social media, I help people figure shit out. Like this guy's a crazy MFer. Like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know his mom says dad did some, but I don't know if that was his mom that said his dad did worse stuff. But look at this, James Sager DDoS hate watcher, like a more racist stuff. Like he says he's a gay Nazi. Okay, he says he's a gay Nazi. This is a real thing, right? Hate watcher, Jim Sager hate watch, Jim Sager DDoS. Like I had to ban these Tristan Riggi because he'll say Tristan Riggi stuff on him, right? Only stuff that Tristan Riggi says, like your game's never gonna get done. You play too much League of Legends, and obviously. So let's say, oh, there's this guy. Anything with a thing here, hate watcher. I missed that hate watcher here. There's so much hate coming at me. Like he just makes up tons and tons of accounts to hate me, right? What else we got going on? This is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was selling a 90-year-old Christian veteran's mom's purse. So this guy's like 90 years old. He got some news from the doctor. He's not going to be around much longer. I got to get my affairs in order. I want to sell as much of my stuff, and I want to sell as much of my stuff, Jim. And Clay Stover is going to sell much of my stuff, and we're going to help the blind and the deaf because I'm dying. My stuff ain't going to help me anyway. All right, so I'm trying to sell like an alligator purse for a dying 90-year-old veteran who flew a lot of missions. I think it was over Korea War, possibly. A lot of missions. He said he flew so many missions that in the trainings that it was one of the higher up mission numbers. He flew a lot of live missions over Korea, right? So I'm trying to help the blind and the deaf. I'm trying to help a dying man of cancer, right? And Tristan Riggi's like, how does a guy get a hold of an expensive purse and sell it online? Do you steal it from someone, a mom, an ex? He says he paid to destroy me. He threatened to kill me. He threatened to sexually abuse me. Is he killed? This is a typo. He's got me banned on Reddit, Twitch. And I asked the family members to stop him. I just said I want to reach out to family. I don't really want anybody to go to jail and stuff. He needs help. He really needs help. You want to see what Tristan look? Let's see here. Let's see if I got the actual. Let's see if I got. I got the police report. I'll show you the police reports. He says some really crazy stuff. Oh, wait, there's an MP4. What's this MP4 about? 3 minutes long.
Who's on the dragon?
How old is this? I don't know if this is like it does.
10,000 my games. Closer to I get thrown in loser's queue because I'm in a computer, and then they so you run like just as I explained in the very beginning.
Oh, it's just one of those. That isn't actually that's not something to say. View options change for always search. Okay, yeah. I have to search again on my desktop. I might have to plug in that's gonna be unorthodox a zip drive because I don't know if I have Tristan Riggi on one of these things. The E drive folder empty for Trist. Common sayings. I just said that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna plug a quick. If you hold on a little bit, I'm gonna go upstairs and grab some zip drives. It's all over the place. I mean, I have like how many hours of it? Like 10,000 hours of this guy's. Not necessarily this guy, but 10,000 hours of video footage to go through to show you. But if you please just hold on. I don't want to edit this video and mess up the thing. If you just please hold on just a little bit. I'll be decked down a little bit. These are going to be the actual police reports that you can actually watch and read. He says lots of insane stuff, man. Lots of insane stuff. Like I said, when he's in our games, he makes up sexually immoral names. You saw how bad those names were, those racist names he had earlier. He's about hate, man. I'm about love. Why? It's like the people who love get attacked by the people who hate. I mean, I do everything I can to say that, like, you know, people are people and love's love, but he has like a spirit of Satan in him, you know. He sees that I'm a Christian. He sees that I like to love people. I like to help people. I like to expend my own money to lift other people up. And he sees this guy who's genuine and wants to help everybody, and he wants to destroy that. Why would anybody want to destroy me, man? I want to help the world, dude. I want to help the world in so many different ways. Like, if I get my settlement, this would sound funny. This is the type of thing you can learn. We talk about Tristan this whole time. Let's talk about me for a little bit. If I get my settlement from this Apple on Google for a smartphone, I want to pay Joel, Hodgkin, and Kevin, and Trace, and Pearl, and Elvis. What's his name? Weinstein, and TV's Frank. Right? They're all still alive. There's no reason they can't do more MST3K, you know. So if I had I mean, Apple and Google owe me $300 billion, but if I had like even just $30 billion, I'd drop them whatever they needed, you know. Probably a couple hundred mil, probably tens of mil, all they needed to make some more stuff, right? A couple tens of mil, get by, you know. And they could have a new season, you know, maybe parody Maximum Overdrive. So one thing I would like to do would be like maybe, let's see here. Get them good stuff. My sensei, who trained me when I was very young, when I was 15. Well, that's not very young, but when I was young, I said, "Well, I'm gonna check out, make some video games, and then next year I'll come back and I'll keep training karate." I should have just kept training karate because it's hard to make video games, and when you do make video games, people just rip you off. And I make video games now, I can't promote them. I get banned on all these things by Tristan, right? So the world's stacked against you. Like people, no matter how good you are at anything, that doesn't mean you're going to get a job. There's these political things that go along, and it's almost like there's shills, and if you're not a shill, you can't get work. So what's that? What's that go to? Oh, that's my headset. Can't get rid of that. I'm gonna have to. This is wild. I'm gonna probably get rid of my camera. Let's see here. We're gonna get rid of the camera. So the camera's going off. Oh heck, we can put the camera back in. Okay, and we'll plug this. We'll plug one zip drive in at a time. Plug in one zip drive at a time. Okay, so one MST3K. I want to bring my MST3K back. I'd love to get Jim Crenn and Scott Paulson on a Pittsburgh radio station. They were the OGs of radio. I'll buy my thing is the Sensei thing. I want to help people in Appalachia, and I want to help people in the inner cities and stuff. Anybody who doesn't have enough appliances, like there's a lot of things where like just a couple bucks, like there's some people just like so down and out. You have to understand, there's people so down and out they can't afford like a refrigerator. And if they had a refrigerator, their life would be a whole new ball game. They'd save like an hour a day. They could do more work, read more books, do more studying, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so here's Tristan Final Pray. Tristan Ricky Mom emails. I don't want to do that one. Discuss. Start recovering. Later. Okay. Let's scroll down to the pictures. We saw that one before. Like so. Here, let's write down the stuff. I'm caring about my stuff right now. This is stuff I want to do in my life, man. I never get any money for my games I make. So number one, MST3K episodes. I've been promised my sensei a good dojo. Good dojo. You like with jade statues and stuff. Cool stuff like that. And like a lot of the showers and all cool stuff. Everything cool. Sensei, a good dojo. Oh, this is funny. Underground McDonald's, like for places to, we're like, you don't tell people about underground McDonald's, but it's there. And at night, it's a dance club on like certain days. But you don't advertise it. They just show up and like there's DJs and stuff there. And they make food and drop it down a dumbwaiter from up top, like a little rave. Just something fun I thought of. Make the world better. I'll bring back arcades. Because what the globalists want to do is they want to keep you separated and they want you divided. So I like to bring people together, bring back arcades. You might think, well, arcades aren't financially viable. Well, I still want to bring them back. But also, like there's an algorithm you can do in programming that has almost infinite players, and it goes through player to player. It goes P to P, right? Everybody knows P to P is hackable, but you can't hack a video game arcade where there's a security guard there. It's not hackable. So you're able to get P to P infinite players in half the latency. So if your ping's 33 milliseconds, now it's only like 16 milliseconds, right? That's peer to peer. That's probably going to be the future. The arcades are probably going to come back because of the latency jump. Like I said, I'm a researcher. I know the future. Mark Twain says, a guy with an idea is a crank until that idea succeeds. I've invented many multi-trillion, multi-billion, multi-million ideas. My friends remark upon it. Everybody remarks upon it. And they said, why aren't you hired, Jim? Why isn't a guy who invents, lithium ion car, AI, like I said, the smartphone, they use my designs. Steve Jobs, Larry Page used my designs. I have proof of that. Or like right now, I'm working on self-replicating robots in my own time, which is just basically 2 electric motors, and then they pick up metal, put it through a smelter, goes through a wire wraps around, makes more electric motors, and then you make your own robots, self-replicating robots. I'm working on that right now. That's my current project, other than my video game. I'm making an MMO that's more advanced than any MMO out there, and most MMOs have like $200 million budget and have like 100 people working on them. I'm just one person working on this MMO. But anyway, long story short, if I ever got paid for any of my projects, and because I've made successful projects in the past, like video games, and like millions of plays have happened, and they said I get 25 cents a play. Well, if millions of plays happen and 25 cents a play, like there was over 4 million plays, that means that we should have got $1 million, right? We didn't get that, Apple takes their games down, Google takes their games down, Congregate takes their games down. It didn't give us. It didn't give us virtual key. Well, anyway, I'm just saying I get ripped off a lot. And you say, why would someone with ability never get a chance? Well, that's a question I ask the world, Why would someone like me not ever get a chance to get work or get paid? And we're finding the DEI and stuff, They want. A lot of people are saying, well, they're giving all the money to the gays because gays don't replicate. They don't. I'm doing self-replicating robots. Right? I call people replicators. Like they don't have kids, right? So if they're going to try to depopulate the world, well, the only people who can work over here are gays and people who would have children who can't get any money. Almost like they throw the firstborn into the now. It's not much different. People are saying that's the way, and I think that is the way. I think it's the depopulation. I think that's the reason honest workers can't get a job. And honest people would speak out against corruption. Gays take bribes. They don't care. They live in their own reality where they're like, hey, I don't care. I'll take bribes. And as long I don't care. The world's stupid and we're not going to live forever. I just want to have fun. Right? So this is a different type of worker than an honest Christian. So anyway, so MST3K, I want to bring back that. I want to bring back arcades, underground, and appliances for Apple and inner city people. So you just help people, fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. Why don't you put some shoes on the children who don't have shoes on their feet, right? That's the type of road I want to do. I want to help people who don't have stuff. I mean, like I was just talking with the lady at the post office the other day. Just talking to some lady randomly. It's like, why do billionaires even exist? I mean, like, are there any good billionaires? And we're both like, probably not. Because if you are a billionaire and you don't use your money to help the poor, like, what are you doing? You know, I don't think I could ever be a billionaire. I mean, if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't last a billionaire because I'd be spending money to help everybody around me, man. Some people think it's a rat race to, you know, you get ahead and put everybody else down. I see it more along the lines of, like, as a scientific inventor, I make the pie bigger, right? I make the pie much larger, right? So, like, you see Office Space where Milton passed the cake out and never got any cake himself, right? So, well, he'd be like, oh, Jim, like, some people just don't get resources. It's like, you don't understand. I invent stuff that makes more resources, right? So, like, I'm the inventor. So, like, I should get some cake. I should get some piece of the pie, because if you give me some piece of pie, I'll make the pie bigger for everybody, right? So by giving me any bit of resources, a little bit of resources, even just the smallest amount, I would be able to make the world a better place for everybody. So the pie would be bigger by giving me a piece of the pie. Like, you know, I'm 48, dude. I have student loans. I live in a dump without water. If I flush the toilet, it smells like sewage down here until I air the place out. And I'm getting evicted from this place. You know, I'm getting evicted from my nice place I have no water in. And I have student loans. I'm going to be homeless, dude. All right, congratulations, Tristan. You made a guy homeless. I mean, maybe I can kill me on the street or something. Is that the plan? You know, take everything from this guy, make sure he has nothing. I mean, think about it, man. I'm making video games. People know how hard it is to make a video game. And I'll spend like 4 years. And like, since I did it all my life, I can make a good video game. And I'll walk through it. I'll watch through some games I made. I mean, like, this is like... Dungeon Run. Hey, look, this is the game I made, dude. This is one of the games I made. It's high quality. It's called Dungeon Run. Hey, play it. Hey, play it. Come on. What is it? Oh, here. You can watch this. It's cool. This is so cool. I love my stuff, man. My stuff I make, man. I like being creative. Look at that. That's my game I made, man. Cool, right? Yeah, that's cool. That's a voice actor. There's 4 guys working on it. Like, one of the top UI guys on the planet did the My Vegas app, man. This other guy was the artist. He just made lots of art for Tangerine Pop. His name was Jeff. This other guy was just like consulting himself. And then one of my best friends did the UI. One of my best friends I met, you know, he helped with the Starfighter General, Steve. I make games, dude. This is what I do. So this game was the one that had 4 million plays before it had items, before it had leveling, before it had special abilities. See, here's items. Before you had that menu there and all and the special rares and stuff, it had 4 million plays. People thought it was one of the best games ever. It's probably the best version of Gauntlet. I mean, if you don't mind the one player of Gauntlet, I would like say it's the best version of Gauntlet. And I'm honest, so I don't favor other stuff. This is the best version of Gauntlet possible. 2D, that's not possible. That's so far, right? It's Gauntlet 2 mixed with Diablo 2. You pick up stuff, and there's town and stuff in it. So before the town and all that stuff, we got 4 million plays. We were supposed to get 25 cents to play. We spent a year, and they give you $50,000, right? They spent you $50,000. Okay, you see this cool game. We spent a year. And we made $50,000, and we were supposed to get 25 cents a play. So 4 million plays was supposed to be $1 million. So all I really got was $50,000. I mean, $50,000 split 4 ways. So I got $12,000 for this game, right? Spent a year. I got $12,000 on this game. All right. That's $12,000. That's not bad. $12,000 for a year. That's minimum wage. That's not bad. You know, I liked it. But then, like, I put $1,000 back into the company, so I'm down $11,000, and then I was forced to buy hardware because the company wanted me to explore some sort of Harvest Moon type game on the DS. So I'm down to like so I'm in this Harvest Moon type of game on the DS, right? So I'm down like $10,000,
And then, like, I think I don't might not have got the whole 12, but long story short, I put $7,000 into my student loans. Right? They say you're supposed to pay your student loans off, so I put $7,000 in it. You know what? That was back in 2009 or 2000, yeah, 2009. I put that in or something. 2010. Now I owe more than $7,000 I put in. I should never put that $7,000 into student loans. Don't pay your student loans off. It's not worth it. When you see people in the news, man in the news paid off student loans, you know it's a rigged game, man. The banks targeting barely legal 18-year-olds. You know, banks are targeting barely illegal 18-year-olds for debt. And like they give everybody $20,000 more than pay for college, then college just goes up by $20,000. They don't help anybody. Banks just want to help themselves. They want to have all the money, you know. So you see, on one hand, you have this massive greed of humanity, and on the other hand, you see this exclusion. The DEI is a major exclusion. So I don't know, man. So I spent a year basically got nothing for an entire year's worth of work then, because of the choices that I thought like would help me get out of financial slavery. Uh, and then the next year, we went and ported it to Apple. Apple just took it down. I don't know if there's a cross imagery. We know Apple doesn't like Christians. There's a cross imagery. The reason they don't have it there. I don't know. It's like so Apple took it down, and I wasted another year of my life. And then I made a game for Congregate. Oh, I was gonna make a game for I forget. I think it was for Congregate. Congregate said, "Yeah, we'll let you make money," and I said, "We'll make episodes." So I got a team called the Don Corgi team. I got 3 composers. I got another team. I got everybody to do original art for Throne and Crown. Spent 2 years. Congregate said, "Yeah, you can use virtual goods, right?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I have to do, virtual goods, so we make money." But you know what happened was Congregate lied. So I spent a month doing virtual goods, um, and then I couldn't make it. So that's two. I told all the crews. I had many teams. I had like 7 team members. Need some water in this. This is getting long. I said 7 team members. So I told them we're gonna make money on Congregate and we're gonna make episodes. But the first episode didn't make money because Congregate lied to us. So that's another team that got disbanded. Obviously, this team got disbanded back then. There was an argument to even launch this on Steam. What else? And they made another game. I made other games, and like I made a game called Battlemon, which is basically I invented Pokemon Go 9 years before Pokemon Go was the thing. But I didn't want to make it because I didn't want to be known as the guy who got kids run over. You know, imagine if you made Pokemon Go, you're the first person there. You're not Nintendo with legal, and some people get run over, they sue you, and they'd be like, "Well, we can never have these games ever again, right?" I made sure I didn't do that, so I was like, let's wait for a big player with big money who make it. I'll jump in, right? So my idea was quests and parks. You go into parks, you're in parks, right? And then like you have crusted people because you don't want random people saying go deep into the woods, you know, for a treasure. That's smuggling and stuff, you know. Every park would be like, you know, go to the gazebo, get clues, gather clues, fight monsters, walk on certain pathways, collect keys, you know, virtual keys and the thing, and do boss battles, and then you get like a special treasure only that park could do, like real physical parks in real life. And obviously parks change over centuries or decades, so the game would be weird, like in 50 years from now, when the trees are different and they gutted out the gazebos and take down the swings and stuff. It'd still be there, like a phantom to remember where everything's at. But long story short, I literally had a kid who was like 12 draw me tons and tons of art and crayon for this game, right? Look at this. I don't have all the crayon art. Look at that. This crayon art done by 12-year-olds. That's an 11-year-old girl, 12-year-old guy, another 12-year-old one. And the idea is these Battlemon, they level up in different ways. You find different ones. They have different abilities, and they battle in a Hearthstone type of battle. You know. See, I wonder if I have a Battlemon. I wonder if I have a. I can show you what Battlemon plays like. But long story short, Google took it down. Yeah, he's a Make-A-Wish kid, and they took this game down. Like years and years and years and years and years of my time. No matter what I do. People take my games down. They censor me. They won't pay me.
Retaliate. Go retaliate.
this server is a client server
Mr.
game.
Milkman, yes.
Let's see some of the game,
Just
all
letting
the
you
art he
read
did,
some of
man.
the.
Oh, come
It's
on,
pretty
dude.
good,
Why
but
would
I
Google
feel.
take down a Make-A-Wish kids
Well, let's see what
art?
I missed everything, man.
I don't. Like, I just don't even understand this life, man. Nothing on
Yeah,
earth makes
someone's
any
calling
sense,
my guy
dude.
attacking him.
Like, I mean, like you study real hard, you do really good in
355.
school, and then they won't let you work because you're honest,
Okay,
you're a
so
nice, good
Robocop
guy.
can take him out himself.
Yeah, I was making
Let's
this
see.
with a Make-A-Wish kid so he could tell his friends he could make a video game, and I said, well, if you make money, you can have a lot of money, right? Most of the money, but you. I mean, what happened was so anyway, Google got sued by Fortnite. I mean, no, Roblox. Google got sued by Roblox. Uh, so and it was uh so Google sued by Roblox because they're taking stuff down. So we got a settlement of $250 from that lawsuit, and I tried to give the $250 to the mom and the dad, but um, they ended up falling out with me because they believe the stuff on TV. A lot of people had falling outs with their family. Just don't want they just want to separate from the family because they don't believe in Christianity, and they believe in stuff on TV like Bod was good and stuff. And there's like it's like I don't know why they want to argue, but well, I don't know. I'm trying to think back at that one. I think it was a miscommunication on a text message where they were trying to say like I don't want to get too much into family stuff. That's not a good thing to bring up here, but um they're good. Kids are awesome. But anyway, Google bootstopped the Make-A-Wish kid. Google bootstopped the Make-A-Wish kid, right? How awesome is that, right? And so years go by, you're making product, you're making product, you're making product. It's like blood, sweat, and tears. I'm behind the computer coding for thousands of hours, thousands of hours, thousands of hours, it's a couple thousand hours. It all adds up to like many thousands of hours, years and years and years. Your life gets taken away. So I make games because I want to make the world a better place. I want to make people happy. So I don't know why I get the target of like people hating me. Most of them want to throw up, dude. This type of I'm not even joking. I'm gonna air this place out. Oof. I need to think of something different. Cause it really just trying to make. Yeah, I'm 48 with student loans because the world won't hire. And then on top of it, I got this guy that stalk harassed me for 4 years straight. Wants me locked up. Says lies about me. He'll make a bunch of bots to slander me over and over again. I mean, that just takes its toll, dude. And like, I'm really strong. Like the FBI agent's like, dude, you're really strong mentally for taking this guy's harassment for that many years. Thank you. People will say you're weak. You're weak mentally. You're weak. You're weak. No, dude. Like I'm the number one video gamer of all time, man. Like my was it I have to plug this in. Fan this out. Make this. Need more air in this place. Sometimes when I talk about all the stuff I've been through, it makes me want to throw up, dude. I can't believe people are so mean to me. But yeah, he said I'm really strong mentally to be harassed for 4 years straight. To be harassed for 4 years straight by people who are just straight evil. He said you're strong mentally. I'm like, yeah, this guy's trying to say I deserve to be locked up. Meanwhile, he's ranting and raving like with stuff that. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is not a good one. I'm trying to find final prey harass record. Let's see here. Uncool. This. Oh, here we go. Just want to let you know you're not helping eBay redesign. Stop trying to make a quick buck selling software on a company that sells $50 you are lacking knowledge and experience here, friend. So Tristan Riggi was trying to say I wasn't helping with eBay redesign, but I'll go back into my emails. I don't mind if you see some of my emails. I don't care. You know, like honestly, don't even care. At eBay. How about Morgan? Hey, Morgan sent email. So Morgan sent an email. Oh. Here. So here, this guy's from eBay. I'm not gonna show you his eBay thing, but I did actually help. Oh, you see too. Well, long story short, I did help the guy at eBay. You know, I was helping him redesign stuff. He's harassed me there. He's on Reddit hate mobbing me. Let's hear. Oh, that's a good one. Or bad, depending on Look, his name is Good News Jim Harasser. You know, my name is Good News Jim. Notice that? Good News Jim. He openly calls himself Good News Jim Harasser. No one is being paid $500 for us. You want to know how I know? Because I do it for free. Not because you're Christian either. It's because you have insane ramblings, top tier cringe. The way you can't resist stroking... I can't even say these words. Beat a bunch of kids in video games. The way you mention your 150,000 hours experience playing video games, like it gives you any credibility. The way you plug your MMO. See, like, he cares about my MMO all the time. Delusional reasoning. I know I'm not alone because I occasionally see others in comments to your posts. Yeah, he makes a bunch of bots to do it. There's no conspiracy against you. Well, why'd you confess to the FBI there was? You just have the effect on people. You probably blocked me. Figured you blocked me. He's trying to pretend like you can't know who I am. I'm striking from the shadows. But, like, this is how he does it. I don't know, man. Alright. Is OP being serious or sounds satirical? Look at his chair satire. He dedicated his life to it. Like, good news for harasser. The fact you think it's fun. So this is a real person. Okay? This is like one of the few people who stand for me. It's like, the fact you think it's fun to harass and threaten someone online shows how sad of a human being you are. He's talking to Tristan. You clearly don't have any social life or anything important going on outside the internet. It's one thing to think someone is annoying or cringe and moving on. It's another thing to constantly harass and annoy them for enjoyment. That's the signs of a psychopath. Yeah. Also, another sign of a psychopath is whenever, like, the state police ask you to stop, you don't. They ask you to stop again, you don't. FBI asks you to stop, you don't. He's a psychopath. He's just plain and simple. Tristan Lee Riggi's a psychopath. He's been identified by real people. And you see him hate mobbing here. I cannot believe what I'm reading. Clearly the OP has some issues and he seeks validation in a cringeable way. So, you know, you see validation in a cringeable way. Those are words Tristan Riggi uses. It's like a psychological, I was raised in anti-bullying generation and I have to use words like validation, cringeable. Totally a person who lives in the 90s too. But Jim Harasser, don't you have something else to do that's back at Jim? Like harassment, then move on. I bet there are so many other fun things to do. But I don't know. Like maybe this guy's like on my side, maybe he's not. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's cool. Alright. This is one of Good News Jim Harasser fan. See, there's a Good News Jim Harasser. Now there's a Good News Jim Harasser fan. It's like more like dumb idiot schizo Jim. Good News Jim Harasser fan. So remember, he's trying to like get me locked up. He's trying to say I'm crazy for putting out that he's trying to harass me. Okay, do you understand how evil this is? Like, he's paid by a mafia to make a bunch of bots to harass me. And he's doing this because I promoted him because he needed money. I was helping him out. I did nothing but help this guy. And now he's nothing but attacking me for 4 years. That's hilarious. But watch out. He'll 1v1 you in StarCraft and beat you over the head with 8,000 years playing League programming. That's just his character. Alright. Might as well get rid of the cam because I unplugged it, right? Well, you know what? I might be able to recalibrate the camera. Sorry, guys. Activate. That's cool. That's good enough for now. So he said, I watch a live stream. So someone's definitely live streaming where he's going off. That's Tristan. He likes to watch my live streams. Like, it'd be funny if like this random person who doesn't like me watches my live stream. He's just going off in the Unity engine Discord. He thinks he could be good fit at Unity. He says, then apply. Loses the shit that someone hates me because Tristan. His persecution complex is putting it mildly. Thinks Riot or make and subreddit ban him too, right? I don't know. Like they told me, and Fiddlesticks mods told me they directly did it because of loserq, right? Unity, Apple, Riot Games, poor Jim. It seems like everybody out to get them. Yeah, well, it turns out that's how it goes, man. Wait, so this guy thinks he can really roll back your code. It has nothing to do with SVN. Yeah, it's roll back. It was in video games. Keep going here. You not realize like people sell karma vetted Reddit accounts. He buys them. You should talk to a therapist. Like I said, he tries to say I'm crazy, right? Seen how many times he did that? Yeah, see, he's trying to say I'm crazy again. Why do you think they're the same people? I mean, they make the names like Harasser and Bad News Jim and stuff. I mean, like, it's obvious. Oh, look at this. I don't even read this out loud, but if you could read this. What the F do you say about me? This is nothing I've ever said. He just misquotes me. Like, he's trying to say this is something I said. Like, all this weird stuff. Man, I don't know. This is Tristan Riggi, man. It's just terrible. Hit the video. I'm gonna have to game it up a little bit so I can see my face a little bit better. I don't care if it's like, okay. I don't care if. Oh, let's go through some more. Let's go through some screenshots and stuff. Let's randomly open some stuff here. Probably want to close a lot of these text files out. Close window. Let's continue on. Here's some more names he made. Bad news, Jim for Satan. Bad news, Jim for James Sager. Bad news, Jim, you suck. There's some more things he said. Here. He's like the letters of Eminem guy. Let's see, we'll keep going through some here. What's this? Admit Reddit harasser as being Tristan Riggi. Where's that at? It's in. Funny you know about that. Okay, so Filth Slayer, Low Filth Slayer, talking about 2 weeks away, 1 year ago. That's the only man that cares about my game being released is Tristan Riggi. So that was some Eddie Filth Slayer guy on there. He has lots of different accounts on here. Once again, we did that. We saw that no one's being paid to do that. Texting me. Oh, dude, he texted me on the phone. Particularly nasty here. I believe he backdoored my code, and
I'm gonna play. There you go.
So if you know my,
hey, hello friends.
He's using the same menuing system as me. He's using the same planet thing as me. You'll find out he uses the same laser sounds, the same explosions, the same ships.
Welcome back.
And he just,
Today called Vortex.
it's the same as Starfighter General. This is the same menuing system as mine. He's actually just ripped off. He backdoored my code. It says cybercrime.
And this is a good you're doing. Okay, hang on. Then.
Alright. So they have a radar in here, but I had these things up here. This is actually literally salvage. This is actually my thing. This is actually, these 3 things here were actually what I had in Starfighter General back in the beginning. I had 3 things. Your X matter. Like this is Starfighter General. He backdoored it. There was actually a rise of Starfighter clones in 2021 after he quit because he backdoored my code. He look at this. Look, I'll show you what Starfighter General used to look like. Okay, playlist, and you'll see. Where's Starfighter General? Look for playlist. I'm looking for Starfighter General playlist. Here you go. This is my game, Starfighter General. I'm working on still. It's out. It's playable, and it's a fun game to play. Here, I'll hit play now. Let's see what loads. You see how it says scrap X matter triderium right up here? Look at this code down here. Same text, Orbitron. Same spacing. Okay. All right. He used the same lasers. He used the same sounds. He used the same menuing system. Let's see how long it took so I can find a menu system here. There's a victory. Remember that. Remember this one here. I'm gonna open this up in a couple different tabs. So you can see he literally backdoored my code. This guy, like, he's trying to destroy me. And then by what you do is you launch a bunch of games that are similar to your games, and it's called like spamming, this to try to make sure you don't see stuff. So it's like you know when they remake movies and stuff, or I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna try to find out one with menu system. Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Okay, there. Look at that. See that menuing system right here? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Go back here.
Was
Does it look familiar? Does that look familiar to this? Here, see if I can put this up. Look at that menuing system right there. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quit. Return to base is where quit goes at. Fly mission. Difficulty. Controls. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4 options. 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Name. Quit. Return to base. Same angle. Okay. This is called backdoored code, sirs.
kind of boring.
Yeah.
And
And so you're looking at a guy who's really really smart and who's made a lot of stuff for society. But I have people that steal from me nonstop. Let's keep going through here. So let's go find some more stuff here.
okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These controls are weird.
Yeah, because he took my. This is not how my game plays. Like he wanted to do third person. He wanted to do third person.
But there's no y'all that I could see. Yeah, no y'all. No y'all. Okay. That's what's throwing me. Roll and pitch. There's only roll and pitch. Only roll and pitch. There's no y'all whatsoever.
You hear the laser? You hear the laser shots in the background? Listen to that.
Only roll and pitch. There's no y'all whatsoever.
You hear that? Shock, 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 shock. Let's see if I can get. Like, that's how my game goes. It's the same laser shots. Okay, so there's a victory screen. Let's see if I can put that victory screen. But we'll go back to the. Anyway, like long story short, like this is you see. I don't think you've seen enough. But it's stolen. Same sounds as mine.
Apparently some asteroids.
Mission. Okay, you see, mission failed here. See where that goes right here. This victory here. I don't know if it's easy to see that. You hear that laser? All those lasers? I wonder if the same sound is. I know that's the initial. My old stuff sounds like that. Get shot at with a lot of stuff. Let's see if I can go on there. Those. I think I might have heard a little bit here. Might have heard for a little bit. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, it didn't hit the laser part though. I wonder if I can play my game. So it sounds like low lasers shoot at you though. Let's try. I want you to
Keep hitting each other.
maybe this will hurt.
Oh,
To your faith, let's see that news about him and all that.
it's funny. It's so.
A lot of sounds on it. No. How about look for mobile back. Okay, look for mobile. I'm just trying to find it real fast.
Good damage, right?
Okay, I did this just 2 weeks of game dev. I was gonna get 10 for 10 MOBA. See if it makes sounds. Might be too early for sounds. Yeah, they don't have real sounds here. That's too early. It's like early in game though.
Oh yeah, just like I thought.
No, that's not how it is. All right. Anyway, long story short, you just have to trust me on that. That's how they sound here. Let's see. I'll play this guy.
It's very confusing.
Once again, using the menus things and that thing here. I can just steal my code. So.
That was a bit weird. I think it was.
A lot here.
I want to actually go to this thing afterwards, and I'm gonna post a post to say this was stolen backdoor code. Anyway, yeah, he backdoored my code. The same ships and everything are in there. I don't know. Let's continue on. What other crap we've done? Please record here.
Alright,
All right, here we go. There's some emails he was doing here. I was trying to. This is me saying, "Hey, I'm on your side. Getting paid until this project finishes." Like I'm being honest on the up and up. You know, I'm fighting to get software done. You know, you get paid when it's done. Why do you want to fight against me knowing you'll slow the rate when she gets finished? You know, like I'm just being honest with him. And then he emails me back. You know, this is an up and up email. How dare you think I'm harassing you? You're such a rude person. Well, you know what? You admitted to the FBI last year that you were harassing me. You're making this up, thinking I'm harassing you. Last time I emailed you was September 21. You were the one harassing me by making accusations. Harassing you. I have no idea what to tell you. I think I said, is your email... Oh, we already saw that email here. Do you have a YouTube account? Tristan Riggi. He posted comments. He was harassing me with his own name there. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's me. It wasn't harassment. What did he say? It wasn't harassment. It's clearly not. I don't know what to say. He goes on, dude. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. If you're still watching this, yeah, it goes on and on. He just... Okay, let's conclude. So we've already showed you Tristan Riggi is saying he's going to lose in my games 4 days ago. He admits it. His name's Daddy. In League of Legends, lo and behold, the guy losing on purpose of my games, Daddy. Okay, so he's just admitting it, and then he does it. Right? It's no longer, oh, that's a conspiracy. There's no way Mafia people are harassing you. Like I said, the FBI already told him to stop. He won't stop. And it's a point of like the FBI was like regrouping, you know, because of Cash Patel. And I just want to tell my story because, you know, women get to tell their stories of sexual harassers. And honestly, I'm not saying this is just as bad, but like, you know, in some regards, you know, some girls, it's just controlling and everything. And well, that's not just controlling, you know. No, I don't want to downplay it, but like this is nasty. I don't want to downplay that stuff, you know. I don't want to downplay it because it's really bad when guys are bad to girls. No matter how, never be bad to a girl. Don't hit a girl, you know. Don't put her down. Don't try to control her. Don't sleep around with girls. You get a girl that loves you, stay with her. You know, I'm not downplaying that stuff. I'm just trying to say, women speak out. And this is just, to me, this is harassment. This is nasty. I can't get paid. I literally can't get a house. I mean, I have women who want to marry me. I got a couple of women that want to marry me, and they can't marry me because I have no money. Like all my money gets stolen. Like this guy got me fired from my job. Just, I mean, like, think about that, dude. Think about how you'd have to explain it to your wife or your husband when you get home. Oh, some dude came in the work and just made up lies about me. Now I have to find a new job. Until then, we're not going to be able to make these mortgages, so we're going to have to put a house up for sale. And we're going to have to move in with your in-laws. You know, I'm going to be homeless. This guy's making me go get homeless. It's pretty awesome.
pretty awesome. I've never been homeless before. This place is like $50,000. I can't even get that, man. I got student loans. So this guy, you know, he destroys my businesses. He got me fired from my job, making sure I can't sell my games. And now he's admitting, which is basically what we were saying. A lot of people are like, this can't be right. There's no way this guy's dedicating 4 years of his life to lose on purpose. Well, you saw he's a complete psychopath. He makes up names like harasser and Satan and all those racist names, and that he would harass me, and he's a harasser fan, a fan of harassers. And he makes up all these names: Bad News Jim, Good News Jim. He makes up nonsense to moderators. He backdoors my code, steals my code. He tells my friends to not trust me to not trust my friends. He tries to get my friends addicted to alcohol. Successfully did. Almost killed one of my friends. Yeah. It's a real thing. And I have faith in God that this will get resolved. In Jesus' name, happy Easter. You know, let's end those to prayer. Because like I said, I have my hopes. You saw some of my hopes in there. Let's end those to prayer. I'll pray around some scripture here. Where death is your victory. Where death is your power to hurt. Death gets its power to hurt from sin, and sin gets its power from the law. But thanks be to God who gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. You know, so when you're a follower of Jesus, we're closing out in prayer. There's not going to be any more about Tristan. Now I'm a believer. I'm a believer because, you know, that's the way I love, you know. If we look at all the people who loved in all of history, there's no one that loved more than Jesus. I say, well, how do you say that? Well, Jesus never sinned, and the idea is that he never hurt another person. He never destroyed their feelings or destroyed their stuff, and like he never hurt his fellow man. It means not to sin, and no one's done that. We've all like been jerks once in a while, and been jerks for a while. Tristan's been jerks for 4 years. If Tristan asked Jesus for forgiveness, Jesus would forgive him. You know, people doing bad stuff out there in the globalist land, I don't want to get into it, would ask Jesus for forgiveness. They'd forgive him. You know, you can murder, mass murder. Someone could launch the nukes and go, oh, what did I do? Jesus, forgive me. You know, I'm not saying you get away with it. It's not saying that's great to get away with crimes. That's not what Christianity is about. If you go, Jesus, thank you for letting me get away with crimes, that's not Christianity. Okay, you can't go, Jesus, let me get away with some crimes. Like, what you're going to do is you're going to try and do your best to be nice to people. You die to self, which means die to selfishness, so you can live for others. You know, when you live for others, that means you lift people up around you. Like one of the greatest things that came out of COVID was the idea that I like when other people succeed more than when I succeed. I like seeing people happy, and when other people are happy, that makes me happier than if I'd succeed myself. Right? That's dying to self. When you die to self and you live for others, you're happy when they succeed. That's the way I love, man. Because if you don't die to self and you're selfish, well, you end up being a train wreck eventually. You know. And also, when you die to self, because Jesus says die to self. When you die to selfishness, you're satisfied. You know, you don't have to get this or you don't have to get that. I'm a very satisfied person. Like I'm happy with my childhood. I'm happy with the 80s, 90s. I'm happy with the world I grew up in. I'm sad it's become like a dystopia in every worst way. But at the same time, I'm satisfied now, man. I stand for what's right, you know. Stand for what's good. I'm going to close the door right now. I aired this place out. I'm not... Dude, I was honestly going to retch. Like, just thinking about how many places rip me off, and how many people rip me off, and how much people openly say they hate me. Like, that makes... Telling the story of my life, my adult life, after I graduated college, oh, I'm going to do it again. I just don't want to think about it. Makes me want to... just... I'm not joking. Hold on a second. I'm not... I nearly threw up. Because I'm exploited by everybody. Now, my family, friends, they're pretty cool. But every big tech, there's an open agenda that Christians don't get work. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm just the one with a lot of achievements that say it's ludicrous I never got a chance. Every Christian I meet, like that went to computer science, I'm unemployed.
They computer science is in demand, right? But every Christian I meet is unemployed. It's how things go in the world right now. Christianity is all about love, right? So we're ending on prayer. Dear God, thank you for dying on the cross for us. Uh, and everybody thought all hope was lost. They see you die. Your mom's there. Your mom's there going to your sons when you're on the cross, and she's there watching you, and you're there watching her, and you're in pain because there's the crown of thorns. You're beaten. You have sore pieces on you, and you're on the cross, and like you have nails in your arms and stuff, and like I can't touch a Jagger, just a little Jagger. I can't believe I'm picking berries. Why am I picking berries? What a mistake. That Jagger hurt me. Got thorn that was like poison in your head to make it even more painful. People clubbed you over the head, man. And there's thieves on the side of you. One of them was mocking you. The other one saying, "Hey, dude, at least this guy, didn't do anything to deserve this. We both deserve it. He didn't deserve it." And Jesus is like, you belong in heaven with me, because like he's giving Jesus the proper honor, He just didn't do anything wrong, And there's people yelling, "Get off the cross! You're God! You're God! Get off the cross!" And meanwhile, Jesus is like, he knows it has to be done. He can't explain it to people. His mom's back there with, James and I believe John, her sons, probably going, "Dude, I told you to go to the cities and get him." And he's like, "Well, we did talk to him. We went to all the cities. We left home and we chased him down. We knew, and we tried to convince him to stop, but he didn't. And Mom, we tried." Mary's probably just crying, man, That's your son up there, man. She's a good son, Jesus. You never did anything wrong. And she's probably thinking like, "Oh my God, he's the Messiah." Like, wait, did everything go wrong? Maybe she figured it out. But and Jesus is over there on the cross, knowing his mom and his brothers don't get it. They think they think that he failed. His mom and his brothers thought he failed. And he can't yell over the crowd, "Mom, it's all right, Mom. It's all right. It's going to be all right." He can't do that. All he can do is just gasp for air. I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't. The pain that Jesus, like you said, let's say you're up in heaven and God's like, "Hey, you go save the world." Like, do you ever play a perfect game? Speedrunners are always trying to make a more perfect score. Has there been a perfect game? Has anybody get the perfect speedrun score? Is it never going to get higher? Because you have to play the perfect game. Every moment of your life has to be perfect. You have to not just. Jesus had to not just. Jesus had not just to not do wrong. He had to maximally do good to those around him. He had to play a perfect game of life just to get to the cross. If you screw up just a little bit, all of a sudden, we're all doomed to hell. I don't know if you understand that. He was one chance to do it, and he was guided by God the whole time until he was on the cross. And still, man, he had to go 40 days without food. He was tempted in every way a man be tempted. He's been a victim of basically everything a person can be a victim of. And he still doesn't hate us, man. Jesus didn't hate us, even when we were nasty to him. So if Jesus didn't hate us when he was nasty to us, we're trying to be nice to him. He's gonna be like, "Hey, that's awesome. You're at least trying to be nice to me now." So he died, and he's in the ground, man. His disciples are just like escaping. They're like, "Oh no, they killed our leader, so they're after us next. They're on the lam." I mean, they're trying to run, man. They're criminals. They want to be high. They want to. At least back then, there wasn't surveillance. Maybe they could figure who you are, change your face, shave your beard, change how you dress, go to some village, take up mining or something, learn how to quilt. Pick up some sort of skill and just keep your head down. Maybe the Romans won't crucify you too. They thought they lost. They had like one last meeting on somewhere walking away, and Jesus found them on the road, on Sunday. Because I'm skipping ahead, And like they say, he's still on the ground, man. Saturday's still on the ground. Demons, death, and evil spirits are. Hey, let's divvy up like earth and stuff. I want that. I want to keep that loot. I keep that loot. The disciples are afraid for their lives, and temple people are back to normal sleazy temple stuff. They're not obeying God. And Sunday, man. I don't. So it's religion about love, man. It's religion about love. It's religion about love. And I want to tell you some stuff just personal to me that I've come across. Is that eternity is one of those things that you have to really think about. I mean, how could eternity? Let's say we live in this fallen world, and let's just say we just live forever. Okay. Let's say let's just say, hey, we live forever right now. Just like, you're not going to get old, you're going to get young, and you're going to be like a 20-something, and you're going to be like, yeah, you're going to be like all muscle and stuff, and you're going to be like, doing crazier stuff than me, like doing the kicks and stuff, So like they say, that'd be awesome. I was like, dude, I would love to be young again. I'd love to get trucking arms and, I'd love to do that. I'd be like, well, let's really think this out. Maybe it was a blessing that God limited our lifespan on this fallen earth. I mean, look at all the crap that happened to me. But the crap that happened to me, I've led a better life than 99% of people who's ever lived. I was born in America. I was born in a land of plenty. I was born a truck driver's son who provided for his family. I had a mom who cared about me, a dad who cared about me, grandparents that cared about me, cousins that cared about me, aunts that cared about me. We had birthdays and video games and board games, and we got bored, so we learned to do design and get fun on our own and read books, and it was a good time in the 80s and 90s. To get bored is a beautiful thing. If you're on social media all the time and you don't get bored, you're not going to get creative. You have to be bored a couple of times to get creative. So, because I lived in the 80s and 90s, back when they had creative freedom, back before China and Iran was censoring us, I had a great childhood. Even though it was a desperate hope, you know what? Study real hard, you'll get somewhere in life, and no. It doesn't matter how hard you study in life. If you don't, you're not a bribe taker, you're not a suck up. There's only so high you can go up. If you get a job that like at Subway, or you get a job at you get a job at let's say I'm really out of shape because the winter was hard. Get a job at just like something that pays like $20 an hour, and you like the job. Like, there's only so high you can climb anywhere. There's people with PhDs that don't get houses. There's a lot of people with BS that don't get a job. Look at the hiring right now. Everybody's saying, well, there's no real jobs for anybody. AI's taking over. Then who works? Who gets paid? It really started in the 80s. Like, I mean, you have movies like Strange Brew, which I recommend you watch. It's a funny movie with Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, not the Wendy's guy. And there's They Live, right? The idea of what is a human being worth when the computers and automation happen and people are just trying to take. What's one person worth? What is one person? Hey, what is Mike Tyson? Sorry, what is one person worth? What is a person worth? So some of these people that say I'm elite and because I have a lot of money is what they say. Elitist, what they call themselves. They say, well, people aren't worth anything. Jesus died for us, man. He died for us. We're all worth something. He died for you if you're the only thing left. I wonder if he'll die. Jesus would probably die for your pet. Because he's that loving, man. He made it all. He made all this stuff, man. He would. We're gonna see our pets again, man. I'm not even joking, dude. Why would I lie to you, man? Why would I make stuff up? Love is the way. Okay, so anyway, Jesus comes back to life. He comes back to life, and he reassures his disciples that the whole plan was for him to die for our sins, and then because he died, they will live And then what happened, the disciples were willing to all die, except John, which I believe he went to Patmos Island and wrote Revelation. He might have died too sometime, but like basically all of Jesus' disciples died with executions, more or less, because they were willing to die because they knew they were going to get raised from the dead. Now, me personally, like I got so much to say. You can look at FatherSpiritSon.com, GoodNewsGym.com, and you can find a lot about me. I get miracles all the time. My eyes are dim, my ears are dull. You don't have to believe that, okay? You don't have to believe I get miracles all the time. I don't know why I'd make something up like that. Doesn't benefit me. I spend a lot of money just to preach. I don't make money preaching. I don't want to do that. So I don't have nothing to gain for that. What I want to tell you is, we're talking about brain on a chip immortality. Brain on a chip immortality, right? You can live forever if you put your brain on a chip, because you don't need your body if they can keep your brain alive. Then the brain on a chip can control drones, it can control other bodies. Sounds crazy? Look it up. They're doing it. Okay, and I'll tell you, because your brain is just your spinal cord is just electric wire, right? That's what it is. It's just basically electric. Your nerves are electric wires. Nerves are electric wires, right? So electric wire can be attached to Wi-Fi. Boom. Like, you can control drones with your brain. You can control other bodies with your brain. It's just the freaking Matrix, man. Except they're doing it, right? So if you're gonna live forever, you get the choice of who we're gonna live forever with. Choose Jesus, man. You know, because like if the guy in charge of eternity isn't loving, it's not heaven. It's the invalidation of most religions too. The validation of most religion is the guy in charge isn't loving. Greek gods are just freaking like crazy. You know what? You might be in prison for 1,000,000 years or in pain for 1,000,000 years, right? Same as you lived under any tyrant, right? Live under a tyrant of communism or Nazism or terrorism. Like, you know what would happen? They'd put you in jail for a long time or hurt you for a long time, you know, until you capitulate. Jesus ain't like that. Jesus never hurt anybody. He fed people, which is loving. He built houses for them, which is loving. He cured them. That's loving. He gave them back their dignity, loving. And ultimately, he died on the cross. So this Easter Sunday, know that you're loved. God loves you. And then even if you're hated by everybody, don't go Iron Man. Iron Man, if you listen to Ozzy Osbourne's Iron Man song, it's like, life was so bad for the guy, he went and started to fight the people who he once helped because they weren't helping him, right? Or Michael Douglas falling down. Don't do that. Everybody in the world could hate you. Then you're blessed, because when you love in the face of hate, God has done that. He wants you to love in the face of it. Obviously, don't stay in an abusive situation. You say, like, you have an abusive partner always beats you. Get out of that, you know. Don't stay in abusive situations. Don't let yourself taken advantage of, you know. There's a scripture verse that says, give to those that ask, you know. But make sure you can't give all your stuff you live on, because if you go underwater, you can't help as many people, right? Don't drown trying to that's the number one thing in rule of lifeguarding. Don't drown while you're trying to help people. You know, there's a one thing you come up behind and you kind of get them and pull them into the water. It's really hard to do, but never ever help people. I mean, not saying never. Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible thing. Sometimes it might be worth saving a couple of people if you know you can bob your head back up for air, etc., etc. But you want to keep a foundation under you. And I'm not just talking about Jesus, or firm foundation. You want to keep some sort of, your life together. You want to keep your life together to help other people. If other people have more than you, if everybody has more than you, everybody's to get by, and they want you to help for luxuries, but you're not going to be able to put food on the table tomorrow, and you're gonna be worse and worse off until you're like dying. Maybe you have a medical condition. Like sometimes my kidneys flare up because I'm too stressed. Tristan really isn't helping that much. I have kidney problems. I get stressed. It helps me die. But like I can make myself low stress if I try. Sometimes what I have to try is not trying hard. And that's hard for me to not try hard because that's all I do. There's a Linkin Park song, and then it doesn't matter. I tried so hard. Well, It does matter in the end. Everything you do matters. This is not the body you're going to keep forever. Everybody has body dysmorphia. It's not just a couple people have body dysmorphia. Everybody has it because this is not your forever body. This body has nearly no pertinence to who you really are. And who you really are is how you treat others. The only thing we can do in this life is be nice to other people. That's all you can do. Atheism doesn't have that. Atheism doesn't say to die to self. That's what Jesus says. Jesus says to die to self. And then people are like, well, some of these Christians are shitty people. Well, we're all shitty people. Okay? Just some Christians aren't following what God says enough. If there's priests that hurt people, that hurt little kids, that's worse off for them than if they were an unbeliever. Because the Bible says lots of stuff about that. It's called devil playing dress up, You can't be a devil, say, hey, look, I'm one of God's followers, ha, 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 No, that doesn't fly. Those guys are screwed. They're going to go to one of the deepest hells, like you can't even imagine, right? So, but people who have a heart, people who are nice to people, because of Jesus, you're going to some really fancy heaven. Anything's possible. And Jesus is our tour guide, our shepherd. That means he will tour guide with all our friends and family. Dang, I got a fat belly. Don't worry, I'll get this. I'll come back in a couple months. This thing's going to be freaking ripped. Sorry. It's funny. Look at me. I've never been fat in my life. It's awesome. Oh, yeah. Fat for a little bit. Anyway, so, sorry, what was I talking about? See, I like to have fun, man. God like to have fun, too. Anything's possible in heaven. He's a tour guide. Yeah. He's a shepherd, right? You ever play a video game, get everything in the video game? Everything. You got everything in the video game. There's nothing to do anymore. Imagine if God says, you have all the powers I do, and you have your own dimension. You're like, okay, first I'm going to do is make everything God made, except without, whatever you're going to do, right? We're going to start at, like 1990, and I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to meet some cool people, and you'd be like... Eventually be like Q. Be like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. What am I going to do? And some people think eternity's going to be like that. Not so fast. You got Jesus Christ, the tour guide. Okay? He's your shepherd. He'll make it sure you won't get bored in eternity. In a good way. Because he loves you. Think about that. You get everything you possibly ever could dream of, want and stuff, and you get more wants and stuff. Wants that never end, and you're going to be all fulfilled, and your friends and family are going to be around, Like you, in the reality too. He's a shepherd. He's the shepherd of souls. If you don't understand how beautiful that is, you never really thought it through. Play a video game, get everything. This game sucks. I won and I got all the collectibles and there's nothing to do. I talked to all the dialogue. They say the same thing. I got millions of gold. I don't need more gold. There's nothing to buy. You're bored. Some people think eternity's going to be like that. Not so fast. We have the tour guide of eternity, Jesus Christ. He's going to tour guide us with anything's possible. Holodeck, like Star Trek, except your body can change too. That's Christianity, man. He's the Lion of Zion. Don't be surprised when the God of eternity is the freaking walking lion. I always tell people, your body, you could be a bear, you could be a dragon, you could be a bear dragon. You don't know what you're going to be in heaven. You don't know what you're going to be in heaven, probably. So be good, man. There's a lot of rewards in heaven. There's a lot of good things there. Obviously, when we meet Jesus and he says, congratulations, Jim, for being number one in all those games and using your platform to tell people about me. I'll be like, no, Jesus, this crown is yours, the video gamer crown. This is the smartphone crown, This is not my stuff. This is your stuff. I didn't make myself. You made me. You guided me with the Holy Spirit. This is your reward, Jesus, because you saved me. You've done something I couldn't do. You died on the cross. I don't want to get stabbed with a dagger. And he'll be like, oh, thanks, man. And he'll still bless you, man. We have to give honor to Jesus, man. I mean, think about this. Oh, stop. Let's just stop. Let's just stop for a second. Mockers of God. Why would you do that? Why would you mock God? Why would you mock God? There's no win condition. Either God's real and you just mock the guy who made you and saved you on dying on a cross, which is what's going on, and you're losing your blessings, or
he's not real and you have nothing to gain. So you can mock God and there's nothing to gain, or you can mock God and he's real, and you're like, oh, I don't even like my own self. Like, you don't like, I don't know, man. You don't mock God. There's no win condition for mocking God. It's like Sam Kinison says, there's no win condition for doing cocaine. Either you run out of money, you end in rehab, or you die. There's no win condition for cocaine. I ruined the joke. Like, Sam Kinison is a pretty funny guy. He was once a preacher too. Sam Kinison. I have a song called Sam Kinison to the tune of Bad Medicine. Kind of rocking, kind of a little bit rocking. I never finished it, but it's kind of rocking if you could find it anywhere. Sam Kinison is what I need. Ho ho, shake 'em up, just like Sam Kinison. Unfiltered logic with a righteous screen. Oh, Sam Kinison. You know, it's like to have fun a little bit. We all should like to have fun a little bit. We're going to heaven where there's going to be a lot of fun going on. Well, some of us going to heaven. Other of us think, hey, let's follow the devil and hate. Yeah, I want a good place in hell because heaven sounds boring. There's no good place in hell. There's not a good place in hell. There is no good place in hell. The devil was going to die. The devil's going to be suffering. He's going to like a burning fire forever. Like he's burning right now because he's on earth and he's pissed off. He has to hang out with those dumb humans. But he's going to be in fire, and he hates us so much, he wants us to suffer near him. This is not misery loves company. This is hateful people who like to see other people get hurt too. So don't be a hater. Be about love. Be about helping people, right? All right. So Jesus is our tour guide. Where is he going to take us to? Don't know. It's going to be good, though, because the guy in charge is loving. The guy's not in charge of not loving, wouldn't be heaven. And then you can invalidate all the polytheism religions, and I'm closing out pretty soon. You can invalidate all the polytheism religions because there's like a bunch of gods, and any one of those gods could destroy all the other gods in the blink of an eye, and they're hurting. Why would they war forever if they could stop it right now in a blink of an eye, and they're hurting? Yeah. Invalid polytheism. Besides, they're made up by playwrights. Go to India. If you go to India, like one part of India is going to be like will have different powers for the deities and another power of India because they're made by playwrights. Just people make the shit up. Well, that's the power of that guy does that shit and that does shit except on Tuesdays. And then you have the Greek gods were definitely playwrights. Like, oh, suddenly that god got a new power because that guy thought it'd be fun to put it into a plot twist. It's like basically saying X-Men's or like the religion of the X-Men. Oh yes, it's like no, you know they're fantasy. So why would you believe they're real? The polytheism it's actually not my. This is not my proof. This is a 1940s proof of academia that invalidate polytheism. All right, so we're down to like whatever, and obviously, you know, Islam has the like join or die cult thing, join or die cult, and in the book, in their book, after Muhammad read the Bible and corrupted the shit out of it, he bragged about banging a 6-year-old. Yeah, Muhammad banged a 6-year-old, and he wrote it in the thing called the Quran. Yeah, I'm sure that's legit. Pedophilia, the religion. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Excuse me. Language is bad for Easter Sunday, but. My language fell off a freaking cliff after the pandemic came around, and people not believing that people lie anymore. Oh, everything's fern-gully. Everything's good out there, and no one lies. There's no conspiracy. Well, then, like, who started the fire? Who stopped the fire now? We didn't start the fire, and someone put it out. We don't even know why. No, you're just buying lies. 1984 dystopias out there, Soylent Green dystopias out there with Chinese recycling. You have Fahrenheit 451 with the scanning of books. People scanning the books. Well, that seems pretty good idea. But then they find terms they don't like by doing a search, and now it's digitized. They take those books out of the library. You probably didn't know they did that. Yeah, Fahrenheit 451 is going on full steam, and Brave New World, obviously. Trying to train kids like trans in the freaking library. Oh my god, dude! Why would you teach kids sex before they like even know what's going on? Like it's just called indoctrination. Meanwhile, people like me, a nice honest guy, I can just get a pound of salt, I guess. Get the haters assigned to me, so you guys don't get to hear the truth that God loves you. Maybe there spirits of evil. Maybe there are people that are possessed and hate those who are about love. I don't know. I just know I like this. There was the free will debate. I just do it's like, well, does God choose you, or do you choose God? And what's going on? Like, do you have to work for your salvation, or then once you follow God, what do you have to do? You pray about it and you try to help people, man. That's what you pray about it, try to help people. You can't be paralyzed from inaction. Well, if I'm lucky enough for free will, if I'm lucky enough, free will means I was chosen. I don't have to do anything. So I'm going to sit on my ass and not do anything. Then you chose to sit on your ass instead of respond to God by going out and mowing people's lawns and doing door dashes for them or helping their family or helping them move. You should be out and helping as many people as possible. Love your neighbor, because if you want to just try and climb to the top of the ladder, you're just going to see assholes. Who wants to look at assholes? You want to get a close-up look? Climb the ladder. No one wants to do that. Now we know with all that globalist shit going on, we don't want to climb the ladder. There's no sense climbing the ladder. Sometimes they watch this stuff and like we do, and they're like, hey, maybe Jim's right. Maybe we should not be greedy. One of the lies they took was like greed is good, right? Greed is not good. Greed is not good. If you have money, you should be helping people around you. How can anybody become a billionaire whenever there's so many people in lack? Let's say you become a billionaire and become a Christian. Well, why don't you start helping people? There's a lot of people out here who need help. I thought I was going to help people. That's why I worked so hard my whole life. I wasn't gifted. I beat the IQ exam so bad. I'm a no IQ. ChatGPT and Grok and that says I'm probably the smartest guy in centuries. Yeah, I'm the smartest guy in centuries. How you doing? Loves the way. What do you do? Idiocracy. Oh, we're talking about dystopias. Idiocracy. The smart guy became president, right? What they have in today's society. Smart dude, get the fuck out of here. There's my language again. Smart dude, stay out of society. We're gonna assign people that harass you. We're not gonna pay you anything you for any work you've done. We're not gonna hire you. I put 1,000 resumes out. Got no jobs. It's Carnegie Mellon. I'm a computer scientist from Carnegie Mellon. That's the most in-demand job possible. But for some reason, I can't get a job anywhere. I said, I offered Blizzard, I'd pay you $1,000, let me be an intern. I actually said that one time because I wasn't getting any traction. They never even go back to me. So I talked to 100 headhunters. None of them got me a job interview. Just really think on that, man. The real divisive, and it doesn't like Christians. But I don't mind being hated. I don't mind being hated by men because God loves me, and I have a family. I have family that loves me from time to time. Most of the time, I'm the family that loves me. And when I'm going to close up, it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel the Spirit of God, man. It's 4:54 a.m. I'm happy. I'm probably going to try and sleep and try and get back up for church. I'm going to be like, oh, groggy, and I need to get a shower and stuff, so I'm not reeky. There's a scripture on my mind, but it's just what I always do. Like, do not fear. Yeah. There's just. This is the one I like. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather be afraid of God, who can destroy both body and soul in hell. Right? So I like this one because, like I said, I have people who say they want to assassinate me. And that's before Google and Apple owe me like $300 billion, right? People died from way less than that. Tristan said he wanted to assassinate me. I had someone on X talk about wanting to kill me. And I said, yo, get the let's watch my language in line, because he's what we talking about. I said I heard a lot of people wanting to kill me, right? But I don't know. Just don't worry, man. I want everyone out there not to worry. Just do the good thing. It says do not worry. That's a good one. So this is freeing. Once you don't worry, once you die to self, you don't worry about stuff. Like you said, this is why greed is not good. God position. Here we go. This. We're gonna close out with this. Praise Jesus for coming back to life on Easter Sunday. Thank you for not condemning us. You rule. So you cannot be the slave of two masters. You will hate one and love the other. You'll be loyal to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Because if you like money, you like to count it up. You don't want to spend it to help your fellow man, right? Spending money to help your fellow man, that's what God wants you to do. Do everything you can to help your fellow man with what you got right now.
This is why I tell you, do not be worried about the food you drink. You need to order to stay alive, or the clothes for your body. After all, isn't life worth more than food? Isn't the body worth more than clothes? Look at the birds. They're cool. They do not plant seeds, gather a harvest and put it in barns, yet your Father in heaven takes care of them. Aren't you worth more than birds? It's nice to know you're worth of animals and people. Can any of you live a little bit longer by worrying about it? And why worry about clothes? Look how the wildflowers grow. They do not need to work or make clothes for themselves. But I tell you that not even King Solomon with all his wealth had clothes as beautiful as one of these flowers. It is God who clothes the wild grass. Grass is here today and gone tomorrow. Burn in the oven. Won't he be all the more sure to clothe you? What little faith you have. Do you understand what this is saying in hidden manage? Remember, he's saying God probably going to be walking around like a lion, like the form of a lion walking as a man. Yeah, that's probably Jesus. He's probably like a 10-foot tall lion, like a big face sitting on the thing going, how you doing? They're cool. So if you read this, it is God who clothes the wild grass that is here today and gone tomorrow. Now think to yourself, we are like the wild grass. We are going to be here today and gone tomorrow. Won't he be all more the sure to clothe you, right? So we're going to get a new body. And like once again, it's not going to be just like we are now. We're not going to be this weird clay-looking guy. You look at the falcon; it's streamlined to fly fast. The porcupine is designed to spike stuff. The bear designed to maul stuff. Deer, prance, run around. The turtle has a shield. Fish swim real good. They're designed for their purpose of what they do. They're animals, and they look cool. So won't God be all the sure to clothe you? He'll know what you want to be. He'll know what kind of a body you want to be. There'll be things up there that won't exist here. Like imagine if you were a butterfly that's so beautiful, and it is so sensitive that it can't handle the pain of down here. So when He makes the new heavens and new earth, it's going to be more glorious. So do not start worrying. Where will my food come from? Where my drink? Or my clothes? These things the pagans are always concerned about. This is the greedy people. Your Father in heaven knows you need all things. Instead, be concerned above all else with the kingdom of God and what He requires of you, and He will provide you with all these other things. So do not worry about tomorrow. It will have enough worries on its own. There is no need to add to the trouble of each day brings. So what God's saying is you really don't have to save. Now, saving is a good idea. Helping your family is a good idea. Get enough to get by. But you don't have to save that much. You can help people around you, lift them up. That's why I think I could never be a billionaire. If I was a billionaire, I'd probably not be a billionaire really fast because I'd be like looking for ways to like help people with what I have. Obviously, understand there's industry and floating money and stuff, but there's a lot of people who just rip people off nonstop. And the whole reason I wanted to work my entire life was so I could help people. And more or less. I mean, a little kid probably want a Lamborghini. I think I'd probably buy some Lamborghinis for some people and stuff. But like, now that I'm a Christian and stuff, I'm not selfish. I just want to help people. I want to help people still. But like these other people, they're not satisfied. Bob Marley says, money is a number. And if you're chasing after money, you're chasing after number. And numbers have no end, so you're never gonna catch it. It means you're never gonna be satisfied. I like to say stuff like, if you're always looking for your next achievement, graduate college or whatever, get a job, get married, have kids, wait till the kids get out of the house, retirement, Social Security, oh, I'm in pain, I want to die, right? Like, if you're always chasing that and don't live now, then that's bad, but that has no real relevance. It's just something I thought about with the Bob Marley quote. But the Bob Marley is just saying, like, you don't chase after numbers. Bob Marley's like, hey, go help the people around you. Be about loving, What's that one? No woman, no cry, right? No woman, no cry. He says, in the government yard in Trenchtown, they shared their oatmeal porridge. They shared their very meager food with those around. If you would share the meager food, what do you have to share people around with you? How can you help people? How can you follow Jesus? Because He's real. If He's not real, there's no hope because the guy in charge has to be loving. But I know He's real. I get miracles all the time. And that's why I'm hated. He says, I hate you because you're Christian. Tristan says, yeah. Who cares what Tristan says? He didn't stop you from saying this. And that's what his goal was. The darkness cannot cover the light. Let's end up with that. That's a good one. That's a good scripture. Very good. The lies for you are like lamp for body. Your eyes are sound, your whole body will full light. Your eyes are no good, your body will be darkness. So if the light in you is darkness, how terribly dark it will be. But that's not what I want to get to, darkness. I think there's definitely one. Let's not put it out. No. I'll ask your ChatGPT for it. John 1:5. That's what we're going to end on John 1:5. 1:5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never put it out. Praise Jesus, man. Jesus died. He came back to life. We're going to die someday, likely. There's going to be a generation that doesn't die. The last generation is going to make it through the tribulation, apparently. I don't think I can match. I don't know. Perfectly, anybody can do anything, whatever. But John 1:5, man. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never put it out. You got to hear Good News Jim tell you about Jesus a little bit. If I'm here to talk about more about God, I should. I got a lot of stuff to talk about God with. You know, what's really fun is I'm not censored on YouTube anymore. I'm censored on X, right? So if I'm censored on X and I'm not censored on YouTube, I might as well preach this, upload this to YouTube, Rumble, whatever. Hopefully, I pray, you just have some faith, man. It's nice to love people. It's nice to be good people. Even if they're jerks to you, it's nice to be good to them, Don't let them hurt you. Don't let them keep hurting you, but still help them, And if someone hates you and you punch them back, they're not going to like you, right? But if someone hates you and you help them out, they might be like, oh, why am I being a jerk to this guy, They might love you if you love them back, but they're not going to love you if you hate them back, You can't open up on hate, We got two fires in a man's heart, hate and love, Quench the hate, stoke the love. Then we spread love in our community, and we get love back. You spread hate to the community, you get hate back, man. You don't want that. You don't want to be hated by everybody. So have the love, man. And if you've hated in the past, if you've done bad stuff, all you have to do is ask Jesus for forgiveness. That's the gospel, man. You could do all sorts. You could have mass murdered 100 million people. You ask Jesus for forgiveness, He will forgive you, and that's the way. Nothing to worry. You're not going to be missing blessings in heaven because of all your sins. Your sins are forgiven. Yeah, but there is like bonus points for serving God. We're saved by faith, but our faith then carries us on to do works. Who can have works without faith? There's a lot of people. For some reason, in the modern day, there's some preachers out there really confusing people about this. So I think it says show me. I will end with this because show. Faith without works is dead. Here you go. There we go. We'll close with this one because I didn't want to. I said faith and works and stuff, and some people are like, well, you can't have works because that's not you, but it is. Faith blooms in the works. Now Jesus saves us, or we can't save ourselves. We can't be like, well, I have so much money, I'll help the church, and I don't need Jesus. Well, we need Jesus because He's in charge of everything, right? All right, so my friends, what good is it for you to say that you have faith if your actions do not prove it? Can that faith save you? Suppose there are brothers and sisters who need clothes and you don't have enough to eat. What good is you saying, God bless you, keep warm and eat well, if you don't give them the necessities of life? That's being a jerk. That's part of why selfishness, atheism, leads to hate, right? Imagine that. Imagine you're just an atheist. And you go, and you're just mocking God. God bless you and have food, and but they know you have food and you don't give it to them, right? Now, as a Christian, if you do the same thing, well, then you're being a jerk too. Have food, and you're like, meanwhile, you have a big ball of nachos, and you can't finish them all. You throw them down like in a sewer or something. But you had food, right? You could have helped me, but you didn't. We have to be your brother's keepers. If you don't help someone when you could, that's a form of hate, and that hate builds up, and hate destroys, right? That's how hell happens. Just mass amounts of hate. Right? Can't have that, right? So So is faith. If it is alone and includes actions, then it's dead. Someone will say, one person has faith, another has actions. My answer is, show me anyone who can have faith without actions, and I'll show you my faith by my actions. Yeah, faith in Jesus, right? Do you believe there's only one God? Good. The devils also believe and tremble with fear. You fool, do you want to be shown that the faith without action is useless? And he talks about Abraham. Body without the spirit is dead, and faith without actions is dead. No, we don't save ourselves. There's a confusion. People think people are getting told some really bad stuff in some churches that like even talking about works is like blasphemous. It's not. Works are something you do. You don't have to boast about your works. You're not supposed to. If you give to someone, you're not supposed to boast you're giving to someone. If you help someone, you're not supposed to boast you help about them. You're supposed to hide that stuff. And sometimes it comes to the light and you can't really stop it from coming to the light. And then you're like, okay, I helped you, whatever. So much. So what? That's called being humble. If you're like, oh, I helped the guy, that's great. I'm so great. I help a guy. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to advertise that stuff. But sometimes you help a guy and there's no stopping them telling other people, and no stopping people for praising you for helping someone. It happens sometimes. There's the times where I like really get mad because I want to keep my giving anonymous, right? But if it pops up, you can't stop it. Who cares? Tell the truth. Don't hide everything if they want to talk about it. But so there's a thing in the church, and I'm going to close it out. This is why I had to close on this, because there's a thing in the church where works are like demonized almost. Oh, you did works. Oh, then you must not be saved because you can't be saved if you're doing works. No. If you have faith and you're saved, you'll be doing works. That's what this verse says. There's no fighting scripture. One person will say, one person has faith, another has actions. My answer is, show me how anyone can have faith without actions, and I will show you my faith by my actions. The idea is works blossom out of faith. First you have to have Jesus, then you have Jesus' faith, then you have works. You die to self, then you have works, because you're living for other people, right? Now, when people get confused and they don't understand what works without faith is, like works without faith, trying to say, if someone tries to say, I need to save myself without Jesus, right? That's works without faith, right? They're trying to find a way of saving themselves that doesn't involve Jesus. That's works without faith, because you need to have faith in Jesus, that is on the cross, he saved us, right? And he comes back to life, right? That's what faith is. Jesus coming back to life. Now, works without faith. Listen to me, because like everybody gets excused. Works without faith, like look at Mr. Burns, right? You got a billionaire. Hey, I'm Mr. Burns, I'm a billionaire, and I've screwed everybody the whole time of my life, and I hate everybody, but I'm about to die, and I'm going to give you like half my money to the church, and even though I don't like believing that Jesus guy, I did enough for you that I deserve a higher heaven than that guy over there. That's works without faith. That will go to hell. You go to hell for that shit. You need Jesus. All right? Okay. So, but if you follow Jesus and you go, he died on the cross, he came back to life. Died on the cross, came back to life. And he saves me. And because he saves me, he tells me to die to self. And I love my neighbors and I help them do their gardening and their planting. And I carry their firewood and I do their carpentry. And I'll go on door dashes for them. Whatever they need me to do, I'll help them, That's loving people because of Jesus. That's works because of faith. And you don't brag about it, because it says don't brag about it, but that's beautiful. It's not ugly. There's people who say that's ugly. Oh, you're doing works. You shouldn't be doing works. That's evil, right? No. Evil is saying you don't need Jesus, and you did enough to get in heaven without Jesus. That's evil. Saying, hey, I dug my neighbor an irrigation ditch. It took 3 weeks. Here, neighbor, I did this because I love you, because Jesus loves you. Like, oh, thanks. God dug me an irrigation ditch. Now I can garden and feed my family. And be like, wow, and they give him glory to God at that point, That's the thing, Works blossom from faith. Remember that. Works blossom from faith. So have a happy Easter, and don't be afraid of helping people around you. It's not a sin to help people around you. God bless. Happy Easter.